Got it. Okay. Biddy-dee-deep, biddy-dee-deep, biddy-dee-deep. Muppet News Flash. First, there was a band of weirdos, then a bunch of witches, finally a vampire lord, and now, all of a sudden, there's some imaginary interdimensional horror? How did a family show like this go so wrong? For more, we now go live to our correspondent on the scene. Sam the Eagle, where are you? What's going on? And why are you still putting up with this bozo?
We put up with this bozo because it's Sunday, and what else are we going to do with our lives, really? But to return to more salient matters, we are trapped in a large hall. There's a vampire who won't stay in one place. Seems a shocking lack of patience to me, but who am I to adjudge the morality of foreigners? I have enough to do on the domestic front. In the meantime, these two entertaining fellows cause random little bits of psychic damage, but all in all, I think the payoff is worth it because they keep things interesting. And beyond that, we have an actual celebrity, and I'm not sure how that happened or why he deigns to associate with the likes of us, but what else can we do but press forward?
All right. And with that, so we are at the top of the order, which would normally be Scooter. I don't know if anybody wants to take over Scooter in Jones's absence, but you're welcome to. You'll notice that there are looking at Albert Rodeo. I couldn't find a way to open the door up there, but what the scene that confronts you as you begin the top of the order here is that the portal opened, the eye, if you will, opened by the Count, has opened these doors. I will opened these doors back here. There's a big floating cube where this Gonzo is. And then you've got a horribly mangled balancing out Gonzo here who really doesn't seem to be playing any role in this. But you do have here at the center of everything, the thing you formerly recognized as the Count, but now with some kind of huge snaking trunk thing coming out of the portal and attaching to his back, seems to have become some possessed, not golem, but that gives the right idea of the imaginary Lord Snuffleupagus, who is trying to enter from the imaginary plane. Oh, sorry. Just saw that. Oh, thanks, guys. And the other salient detail here is that the yellow circle is Dawn. I forgot who cast it. I think it was Ralph. Is that right?
Not Ralph.
No.
Okay.
Scooter,
Maybe that was Scooter after all.
that may have been Scooter. So that's out there. And then the masks are the three imaginary friends, as mentioned by Sam in his excellent summary. So, and with that, we go to the top of the order. So, Scooter, if anyone's doing him. If not,
We thought maybe he could just take his turn whenever Jones joined.
yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
So Scooter is tabled. And oh, there is a celestial as well.
The celestial just follows me in the order.
Yep, and that's the wings. So Mr. Joel McCann, or Kermit, if you want to introduce him, you're welcome to. Mr. Joel McHale.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Joel McHale. Yay!
All right, so given the status that the dire straits we're all in, I think it is time to use the inspiring winger speech. Over to you, Joe.
I've given a lot of Jeff Winger speeches, but usually it's the real Joel McHale giving the speech as a fictional character, and not the real Joe Abraham impersonating me as a fictional character within a D&D campaign. Let's call that Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Meta Edition with a side of just kind of weird. So let me say, I look around this group of adventurers, and it reminds me of another scrappy band of misfits thrown together by circumstance.
There you go.
In that case, the circumstance was the worst Spanish class ever, which is how I describe the process of working with Chevy Chase for 3.5 years. But you spent your formative years living together and surviving the worst collegiate construction ever. Plus, one random Sid Dweller thrown in for good measure, whose college was a walking ADA violation, so that's close enough. And what do these situations have in common? One word: adversity. Adversity binds together those who suffer it. Surviving adversity makes us stronger. And being stronger makes us more likely to prevail in whatever massively difficult and arguably unbalanced final encounter our co-DMs can throw at us, which I think is the best we can hope for under these circumstances. So on the count of 3, an action that's especially appropriate as we face down Count Von Count here, I want to hear a rousing cheer of "For Barovia," or whatever this country's name is this week. And 1, 2, 3.
For Barovia. Barovia. Yay!
Poor Barovia. Oh, I misheard that. I'm so sorry. Wow, I am inspired. And I think all of you are inspired too. Anyone who's inspired, raise their hand.
Were you inspired?
Oh, hey, hands up. Awesome. I love it. So all of you get an inspiration point, and I leave it to you to tell me what awesomeness you get to use that for. So we haven't used this before, but inspiration is a mechanic that just lets you, in some, you might choose to make a saving throw that you would otherwise have failed, or you want to do something awesome and the dice don't favor it, but you want to do it anyway. And that's what inspiration is for.
I think it's generally advantage on any roll that you want by spending it.
Yeah.
It's usually given for good role play, which is unfortunate that it's taken this long for you guys to get one.
Ow. Oh, man. She's
Brutal.
bringing it. She is bringing it tonight.
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
It's the calc test.
Yes, I'm terrified of this calc test.
Okay, so next up in the order is Count Von Count.
Which in this case just means that it's actually Snuffleupagus' first of 2 turns every round.
So one detail we might ought to share with them, EO, is now that there is a possessed count, what does that white circle represent?
Oh, that white circle is as a sort of area around this possessed, very slightly floating off the ground count. As you look at it, it becomes strange and warped and folds in odd ways. But at the same time, when you just look at it out, all of that is out the corner of your eye. When you try to look at it straight on, you get a headache, but it looks sort of flat like normal. This terrain is difficult and gives the Snuffy partial cover wall in it, but does not give anybody else partial cover as your normal real plane becomes complex.
So
Yes.
Snuffy is like the size of the count and just kind of like lifting the count, or Snuffy is
Snuffy is gigantic in a sort of eldritch way, but this is sort of the count is acting as a possessed avatar of Snuffy.
Avatar, that's the
Uh,
word.
And unless you guys are going to be able to shut it down, you actually notice that the longer that this portal seems open, the thicker this trunk seems to be getting, and the further out the influence seems to be spreading. So you're going to want to shut this portal down, or maybe you aren't, if you like the world being run by an imaginary, crazy, malevolent deity.
Go hack on that.
The portal
Trump.
down, does that involve something other than punching the bad guy?
I mean, who knows? Probably not.
we'll see.
So what have we tried? So Sam tried what have we tried?
I tried to pull the divisor out of the throne, and that did not happen. That was the main, like, non.
It just didn't come out?
Is there a branch cut? Is there essential singularities? I don't know. Will complex analysis help in any way? I took several semesters. I don't know if that's going to help.
A residue, a
It
pole?
might,
Exactly.
it might
Cauchy's
get you
theorem.
some of the jokes here, but
Yeah, the jokes have been great, but
basically, I'm going to recommend that y'all listen to a Jonathan Colton song for one of these attacks. But for the one that's currently happening is I have a monologue written, but I'm not sure where to put it.
Not now. Do it on Snuffy.
Yeah.
This is the count.
This is Snuffy as the count.
Bingo.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
What?
So I'm going
And who's
to
bingo?
He's the dog.
huh.
no, I'm the dog.
So here's the thing. I can get Piggy, Kermit, Sam, and Fozzie within a 20-foot radius. I'm just going to come out swinging here. Piggy, Kermit, Fozzie, Sam, I'm going to need all of you to make a... Where did we put that as attack?
It's on the count tab.
Yeah. But I'm illiterate. Oh, there it is. Thank you. I'm going to need you all to make a DC 18 Wisdom saving throw.
I mean, you get +3, you're within 10 feet of me.
Bonus.
And
Nice.
you know what? You're also within 10 feet of me. You also get +3.
All right, I'll use these for
23. Yes.
I failed. Piggy
Oh, no.
failed.
2 + 7 + 4, 17, 19. Okay, everybody who succeeds, you brace yourself, and everybody who fails, you fail to brace yourself properly, as a small tear at the center of this area. Your gaze is diverted to it just briefly, and as it is, your mind is sucked through, sort of, into this imaginary realm where nothing makes sense, and it hurts your brain as you look down and see yourselves, every one of yourselves from every possible timeline, and you fail to comprehend it. Those of you who have made your wisdom saving
Hey, I'm a
throws,
baby in that one, and I'm a
those of you who
reporter
have-
in that one,
those of,
and
yes.
I'm driving a rainbow colored. That Studebaker is awesome. It's like rainbow colored.
Those of you who
Isn't
make your saving throws, successfully close your eyes before getting dragged into it. I'm going to need everybody who failed your saving
Excuse
throw
me,
to take...
Eo,
Yes?
isn't that beneficial to a narcissist like Piggy?
Or maybe you're
Conceptualize
especially
infinity.
susceptible to it.
Also, I'm going to point out that there are a lot of timelines where Piggy failed.
Also, maybe she's like, my thighs don't look like that.
Regardless, everybody who failed take 19 psychic damage. Everybody who passed takes 9. And that'll be that attack. There's no further effect. Your minds are returned to your body.
Okay, so since I took damage, I'm going to use one of Fozzie's skills to use my reaction to cast Vicious Mockery at the Count avatar, and I'm going to say, "Hey, Count, or whatever you are right now, you're so untalented that when our very special guest star, Miss Florence Henderson, had the opportunity to add you to the Brady Bunch, she said, let's take that cousin Oliver kid instead." So that's Vicious Mockery. So I guess you have to do a wisdom save.
Cool. Wait, I thought I was the only one allowed to have one of these.
So a wisdom save, see 16.
Yo, are you rolling? Are you rolling
I
that?
am.
Oh,
I
okay.
am. And that is going to pass.
Okay, well, there you go. The mockery was not as vicious as I thought. Okay, moving on.
This imaginary being just has wisdom in ways that you can't fathom. That's all.
All right.
Like a stupid +8 to wisdom.
Shh. All right, Ralph.
All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is, as my bonus action, I will wield my spiritual weapon, which is, I think, the red dot that's a little bit south of the Count. So it's going to try and go whack the Count.
Oh, okay. Oh, and this is a
And
it's
the conductor stand is going to
conductor stand. That's right.
fly through the air, and actually, if it can wail on the trunk behind the Count, that's what it would like to do. So I need to. Okay, sorry. I'm just need to remind myself what roll I needed to make. Okay, that does not hit, I'm guessing a 12.
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay, so then the next thing I'm gonna do, so Ralph the actual dog is going to, he's nearby some imaginary friend situation, I think. I don't know, there's on the south there. Is that actually like literally adjacent to me or just kind of vaguely nearby?
No, it's adjacent to you.
So
He's
if I
facing you.
move, I will provoke an opportunity attack is the thing.
Yeah.
question I'm asking? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna just try and hit it with a sacred flame. Can I do that?
Sure. So I need you before you attack him.
Yes.
So when you were a small puppy,
Yes.
who was your imaginary friend?
I think that was it was this, like, there was this blonde boy. I think his name was like Schroeder. He really loved the piano. I'm not sure, but he was just kind of funny looking, vaguely funny looking.
Nice. And so that's who you're sacred flaming here. So I need you to make a DC 16 intelligence check.
Intelligence, eh? Oh, I made it. So
Okay,
19,
cool. Hey, flame away, Mr. McManus.
Okay. Okay. So I think you need to do a dex saving throw.
Okay. Failed.
Okay. So that means you are going to take 2d8 plus 5 radiant damage,
Ooh, ouch.
which is in this case 14 radiant damage.
Okay.
And then the
Schroeder looks at you and says, why?
Na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. All right. So then the Celestial is going to take its turn, I guess. And Celestial is levitating because it's a flying angel situation. And it's also right next to a imaginary
I
friend.
have 3.
So I think it will also try to shoot that imaginary friend with an arrow.
Cool. So,
Uh,
again, this is it's this cherub
Yeah.
that this celestial like imagined, and it was just that it was always there for this angel.
Oh my goodness. All right. So it also has to
And,
make an intelligence saving throw.
Yep, exactly.
All right. Luckily I do have the stat. block.
And it is a check rather than a saving throw, just saying.
Got it. Well, it doesn't matter for this thing.
Cool. Okay.
So it's what's the DC?
16.
Okay, so 5 is just a touch lower than that. So he gets 2 attacks. Does he get to make another saving throw, or is that just we?
Nope, they're both with disadvantage if they're against the imaginary friend.
All right. Well, he's gonna give it. Oh, okay. Well, so can he choose another target, having been scared away by this beautiful cherub?
I will let you choose a different target on the second attack.
Okay, so first he'll try with disadvantage against this cherub.
Okay.
And the first was a 25. Oh, and the second was a natural 20. So,
Oh,
so the first,
wow.
so I guess we don't get the natural 20.
There you go. But it does hit.
All right, 2d6 plus. All right, there we go. So that's going to be 13 radiant damage.
Okay.
And then I think he's going to think better of the psychological trauma that's being she's going to think better of the psychological trauma caused by attacking this beatific cherub, and aim her second attack at the Count.
Cool.
So, and that is going to be a 24. So I
That
assume
hits.
and that's going to do 12 radiant damage.
Okay.
And that's that.
Cool.
And we'll continue levitating up in the air there. Okay, thanks.
Oh, oops. I'm gonna move that there. Okay. And now I can see all of the above. Huzzah.
But Scooter's turn.
So sorry I'm late.
Oh, hey. What's going on,
Yeah.
Carlos?
Doing Korean barbecue.
We could not manage without you.
I could
stage
tell.
manager.
Everything was out of order and late, probably.
So we saved your slot if you want to go, or if you want to wait and see where folks are and then go, that's okay.
Well, now let me just pop up Owlbear Rodeo. Let's see what has changed.
And Ryan, can you explain for Dave's benefit what is causing this portal to be open and what's the situation? Because I was, of course, paying complete and total attention, but I want Dave to have the benefit of knowing.
Absolutely. So looking at Owlbear Rodeo, you'll see there's a big yellow circle of dawn.
Yep,
Um,
I'm concentrating on that.
Up above that, there is the Count, who is up on the dais here, is attached to a long snaky trunk that is emanating from an open portal into the imaginary realm that seems to have caused him to become the possessed avatar of the imaginary Lord Snuffleupagus. Lord Snuffleupagus is warping this area, the white circle, such that it is, for your puny minds anyway, difficult terrain. And also affords Count / Snuffy partial cover, making him more difficult to hit. And then behind him, kind of, there's nothing on here that shows its connection, but I suppose it must be there, or at least it's imaginarily there. The trunk goes back to the portal, the eye that is open back here, which has the root cube floating in front of it. So the portal, the eye, was opened by the Count using St. Uller's identity to open the eye through some kind of weird, complex magic, math thing, using the relics. So that's what we got. Oh, and you guys shouldn't forget, Waldorf and Statler are over in the corner laughing at you.
Always.
And the two Gonzos?
Oh, well, this one, it disappeared into a cube. This one is kind of split in half. And there was an attempt made to dislodge the thing dividing him, and it was unsuccessful. So,
Where are all of the relics? Are they all together?
many of them are buried in the weird statue that this Gonzo clone served to become, and then the other one is the cube. So you have the cube on one side of the equation and everything else on the other. The log, divisor, the transcendent shield. Jay, I know you were paying closer attention that time. Did I get everything there?
Yeah, and so when Sam tried to pull the sword, the response was just, it doesn't move?
Doesn't move.
I got a good roll too.
All right. So,
All right.
Scooter, what you bringing?
Where
on?
are we in the order? You're gonna let me jump back.
The other thing is you are inspired.
Oh, I'm inspired.
Oh yeah, there is that.
Oh, look at all this
inspiring
inspiration here.
speech from Joel McHale.
Oh, that's awesome. So what does that give me? A 1d6?
It gives you an inspiration point, which the relatively common usage is it gives you advantage on a roll, but if you have something that is like super cool and you want to do it, but the dice fail you, it might, let you just have it.
Oh, that's cool.
But
I like that.
He also has Bardic Inspiration, which is
that too. Yeah.
adding 1d10 plus 4 at one point to a d20.
If Fozzie is like the focus.
Oh, 1d10 plus 4. Okay, wow, cool. Awesome. All right. So I'm going to start my turn with okay. I can bonus action and I can move the Dawn. I can move the Dawn 60 feet. But I'm not going to move it that far. So whoever made the Dawn cylinder, if you could move it to the right. I mean, can I move it? I don't know do I have that ability?
Unfortunately, I did it, but also I did it last time before I logged out. So no, I can't.
Oh, bimmer. Oh, bimmer. Let me see if I can select. Can I select the Dawn? Nope. Hmm. So how do you draw circles? You go to the drawing tool.
Yeah.
Draw
drawing
a
tool.
circle.
Oh,
Oh,
hey.
you deleted it.
So I
Nice.
deleted it.
Nice. All right, so I'm going to move it up and to the right so that it encompasses more or less the entire stage area. Yeah. All right, let's see if I can draw a circle. Is that about 30 feet? That's about 30 feet, right? It's not really where I want it to be, though. Nope. Dang it. Drawing tool. Select tool. All right, so how do I get, I use the drawing tool and I can select in there. Erase.
So I can,
I think I'll just have to erase it.
okay. But I can tell you, I don't know if you start from the center, if you just want to center it on Snuffy or on the lower Gonzo, one of those two. So the measurement looks like it's 60 feet across the stage.
Okay, so it would basically encompass that whole area.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Yeah, there we go. Something like that.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, and then how far away
Your
am I?
Dawn got so angry. It was
did.
yellow before.
It's
Now
red. It's Red Dawn now. Wolverine.
Avenge me, boys!
That's right.
Can
All right,
someone-
so now
Can someone refresh? Sorry, no, finish.
now I'm going to do the old fireball action. I'm going to pull out my, because that's instantaneous, right? Yeah. So I can maintain my concentration. Yep. 20-foot radius sphere. Dexterity saving throw. So the Gonzo in front of the portal again is the cube.
The Gonzo in front of the portal is actually the cube. Gonzo is not there.
And the Gonzo behind Snuffy is the
clone that was cleaved into.
I got you. All right. Well, I'm gonna
in twain.
hit the fireball somewhere around there so that both Snuffy. I don't even know if that Gonzo character has to do a saving throw or not, but
Does 17 save?
17 saves.
Oh, okay.
So then you take a half of an 8d6. Dexterity saving throw, DC 16. Eight d6.
All right. And just to follow up on what I think Joe's point might have been, if somebody could remind me of exactly what Dawn does, that'd be helpful.
Yeah, no problem. If you end your turn at this point, because it's already been created, if you end your turn in there, then you have to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Actually, the count would have disadvantage on saving throws. I don't know about the possessed count.
Oh,
Good
okay.
point.
Possessed count will not.
Oh, darn. Okay. So yeah, Constitution saving throw if they end the turn in the cylinder.
That said, it's still a free 4d10, probably.
Okay.
All right. But the fireball, so did you do your dexterity saving throw for Snuffy on the fireball?
That was 17.
That was 17. Okay, so it takes half of 31, so 15. Fire damage, right? No, whatever damage.
Radiant.
Radiant damage, correct. Thank you.
Oh.
Radiant. It's a radiant fireball.
Cool.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Who is up next?
It's fire
Is that
damage, yeah.
Fozzie?
Okay, I've got one more question. Is Ryan, is your imaginary friend in the room with us right now? No, what I'm saying is Snuffy in the room with us? Or is it just the trunk making it?
No, it is for all intents and purposes. Snuffy is in the room. Yes. Count.
As a
and
big
Snuffy
shaggy woolly
are-
mammoth, or as the count?
No, as the Count. He is possessing the Count. He has not arrived in his fullness as yet.
That makes
You
things
get,
easy.
you get the sense that if he did, the world would be over.
That
Right,
would
it
be
makes things
bad.
easy. So first I'm going to say, I'm going to give Bardic Inspiration. I'm going to say, fear not, Miss Piggy. Remember that time that the Muppets all thought we were going to be killed by that giant, hairy Sasquatch creature. But then we realized it was just our very special guest star, Mr. Burt Reynolds, posing nude for his female fans. So Miss Piggy gets Bardic Inspiration of 1d10 plus 4, maybe even more if she's really remembering the time that we saw Burt Reynolds nude.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then I'm going to pull out from somewhere 10 rubber chickens. And I'm going to cast Rubber Chickens Attack, which is also known as Animate Objects. And those rubber chickens are going to fly. They got a 30 feet flying speed. So they're going to flap their little rubber wings with their headless bodies. And they're going to fly up to Snuffy / Count. And all 10 of them are going to attack. Now, I don't want to take away your power, DM, but I've got a macro that will make things a lot easier if you tell me the AC. But if you don't,
20.
then 20. Okay?
In addition, what size are they?
Small.
Okay, I believe only 8 creatures of small size or small size
Or
can hit
tiny.
a
Or
creature.
what is it?
It's
Tiny, sorry,
okay.
they're tiny.
They can. We'll let it go.
But
Rule of
it's
cool.
only 4 for
Rule of
creatures of
cool.
medium.
Rule of cool.
They're tiny.
He's got his macro already configured.
They're tiny. I misspoke my okay. So
Sure.
and boom. All right. Okay. So did 10 rolls. How many of them hit? Did 5 of them hit for 34 points of damage.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, I can elaborate if you want.
Well, I mean, yeah. Are they tiny or are they small? Because the damage is different.
They are tiny.
Okay, good to know. Sorry.
So they rolled a 1d4 for damage, or sorry, 1d4 plus 4 for damage.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yes, that it will hit and hurt quite a bit.
Ouch.
Okay.
Chicken power.
You can look at the Fozzie tab of the workbook if you want to see the math. Okay, and that's my turn.
What was the effect of the complex plane?
It is difficult terrain, so it takes twice as much movement to move through, and it adds a bonus to it's partial cover for the Count / Snuffleupagus, which makes it the effective AC then is 20.
Okay. All right. I will be using my inspiration point to be even less concerned with complexity than Sam the Eagle normally is, which is not very. And so I will be able to reach the Count with my normal movement. I will let you decide whether or not he retains his cover. Before I do that, I will wrap myself in the flag and protect myself from radiant damage because I have not been exempted from the dawn, but I don't care. I'm going in. So.
Okay.
Whoops.
Dang, isn't that difficult terrain?
So can I go? I would like to take a swing at the trunk, if I can do that.
It'll have the same effect.
Okay, all right, so all the same, then I'm taking a swing. Okay, so 24, I believe you just said hits.
24 hits.
I will use my last,
You're low on key.
no, not my last.
Daddy, low on key.
I will use one of my third level spell slots. I get an extra D8 for undead, right? On my American Smite? Yes,
I don't think this technically counts as undead.
fine. Then I'll take 4. All right. Sorry.
It doesn't count as undead. That means you're using it.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah. 2d6 was 48 plus 9. $30.
Okay. Ow.
All right. I'll take my second swing. Again, 24. No American Smite this time, and that does 13.
I get the feeling that me and Dad sort of forgot how many resources you guys have. Y'all for just looking at Snuffy's step block, you probably could take like 2 or 3 of him.
Anyway, I think that's me. Scooter, please move the Dawn by next turn if at all possible. I guess I can run out.
Well,
I'm exempt this turn. I'm good.
You're exempt this turn, and then you can get out next turn.
Yeah.
All right, because I can drop it at any time, and if
No,
he's not going to stay in there, then it's not really going to be very effective. And if he's not really still a vampire, if he's something else now, I'm not sure it's as effective. So.
Well, let's see where he goes.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
You could drop it just before Sam's next turn if need be.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, I believe.
I can also take a beating, so like I can do like 1 turn.
No. Because you can't do the voice. That's why.
I believe. Fellow Muppets, we're going about this the wrong way. So I think with my movement, I can get in there because I have 45 feet of movement. And so even with the difficult terrain, I think I can get right up next to him, close enough to attack, especially because my spectral arms have extra reach. And I say, our violent attacks haven't seemed to slow you down. Let's see how you do with a flurry of tickles. So I'm going to do my 2 normal attacks as tickles and 2 flurry of blows tickle attacks also.
Flurry of blows.
Flurry of blows tickles as well. So
4 tickle attacks.
4,
Can I roll?
All right.
you can. So
Yeah.
I don't think we have
Bring it,
advantage.
Calvin. Bring it on.
Roll 2 and see what numbers we get. We get a +8 total, I think.
Okay. Okay, 17 and 11 and a +8.
So 19 and a 25 to hit, and then roll 2 more.
Wait. Oh yeah.
So we get 4 total attacks.
And a 13 and an 18.
So that's a 21 and a 26. We got some amazing rolls for all
Great
those
rolls. Good job, Calvin.
How many of those hit?
3.
Do they do any damage with tickling, or can I see if they make
Convulsion?
the trunk let go or something instead of damage?
The
I hear
trunk
elephant trunks are very
the trunk does not let go, but you can do just the regular amount of damage on that, I think.
All right, so now roll these. We're gonna add
Roll it 4 times.
4. So yeah, roll it 4 times, and then we'll add 16. So all 4 hit?
3 hit.
Oh, 3 hit, excuse me. So
5 damage and 4 damage. So 20 damage and 21 damage.
Wait, no.
You
Just
said to add
16.
16.
I was wrong. So 9 and then roll one more.
Dang
2.
it,
So that's
bad.
11 plus 12. So 23 damage,
That's
right?
pretty bad damage.
23. But with my flurry of blows, I do have the ability to push or shove if he fails a strength save. So I'm
that's
going
not
to try
true.
to tickle him in a way that knocks him off of the
kind of,
trunk.
or maybe try
He's
and make him
That's the-
floating, suspended in air, so.
Oh, so it's not like the trunk is sticking into him and I could knock him off of it?
It seems to have become part of him, attached at the back.
Think
I
body
see.
horror.
So shoving
I'm sorry,
or
John.
shoving and knocking prone wouldn't do anything.
You can certainly try.
Okay, then I will try to knock him prone if he's just floating there. So he has to make a 16 dexterity saving throw, it says.
He 23 hits or makes that, so.
Okay,
Where
and
does
then
it
the
say
second flurry of blows I think missed, so I guess he doesn't get to do it again. All right,
So
we're done. Nice
so
work.
I need looking at who, so Kermit, Sam, and Rubber Chicken and Piggy. I need you to make a DC 16 strength, no, con saving throw.
Kermit, you get a +3.
So
We rolled a natural
we got a
one.
natural 1.
So did I.
Wow.
And I
Damn.
don't think I want to
No
use
cursing. There's a kid here.
I don't think I want to use our inspiration.
Okay.
Shit.
So
Do rubber chickens have to roll also?
I mean, if they're gonna stick around, yeah.
Okay, yeah, they've got a constitution of 10, so constitution of +0, so let me.
You get to roll once for each rubber chicken.
Well,
Just roll once for the entire group, please.
He's got a macro for that, don't worry.
with DC what?
16.
They all failed.
So
All of them.
all of you failed, take 7 points of thunder damage as
Wait, if it's an actual one, is it more?
Don't interrupt people.
oh, it's okay. 7 points of thunder damage as there is this terrible booming laughter from the tickling that just shakes you to your core because it is from this interdimensional being. So I love that idea, by the way. Thank you. That was brilliant.
The snuffleupagus laughter was always something that disturbed me as a child.
All right, Kermit, is that your whole turn?
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
Waldorf and WNS.
Yo,
12A?
12A? 12A.
Well, actually, 1A. 1A feels really
All right.
quite appropriate.
Well, are you ready for the end of the world?
Sure, couldn't be any worse than this show.
So wait, where did my I need everybody in the party to make a DC 14 charisma save or fail it. I need you to fail a DC 14 charisma save.
And again, Kermit, you get +3.
Ralph,
Okay.
Ralph passes. Sorry.
Nice today.
Fail.
Anybody who fails takes 3 points of psychic damage.
Dang it. Can I
Change it to
put
27.
that on?
All right, my turn.
Yes.
All right. I am going to just go up and attack with my piggy, with my necklace, pearl necklace. And first roll is 15.
Misses. You're going for a 20.
All right. Second one, 30.
That hits.
And damage is 10. Then I'm going to do as a bonus action, I'm going to do a hi-ya.
Sorry, 30?
Is that a natural 20 when you rolled a 30 or no?
I rolled an 18. 20 plus 8, and I have bolstering magic. It gets me an extra D4, and I rolled a D4. I rolled a 4 on that.
Sweet.
And so hi-ya is, that is actually a 31, almost, not quite the 20. And damage there is, let's see, 12 plus 1d6. 16.
Okay.
Oh, and it knocks the target prone unless the target makes a dex save DC 15.
I mean, just barely makes it. He looks as if you were about to knock him sort of out of this fixed position 6 feet above the floor in the men's bathroom. Sorry. But absolutely almost failed, almost succeeded and didn't.
Okay.
Sorry, words are difficult.
All right, so you made the save?
Yep.
Okay. So on Snuffy's turn, I mean, you guys have really, like, you've done some damage here. It's impressive just how many points you're laying down. But what you see as Snuffy begins his turn is that he just kind of perks back up, and he looks like, man, that's some pretty good regeneration of health just coming along there.
Oh no.
In addition, Snuffy is going to do 2 attacks, one of which I'm liking Scooter for this one. Scooter, what's your AC?
What's my AC? Not
Yeah.
very high. 13, I think.
Yeah.
12.
Yeah, I rolled higher than that just without the bonus. Yeah. So you, Scooter, see as a
You know what? I'm gonna throw up my shield, which gives me
+2.
+5.
Oh, +5.
That's not going to change anything. I rolled a 19 and I have a +12.
Oh, well, yeah. You should have told me that. Dang it.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's a level 1 spell.
So what happens to Scooter? You?
Scooter, you see a sort of a black dot coming towards you and getting larger. Everybody who doesn't have a straight on view of what's happening, you see sort of this sort of pointy, blobby form shoot at very fast speeds towards Scooter as a Mandelbrot spear pierces towards you.
That sounds scary.
Yes, and you are going to take 3d8 force damage.
Ouch.
Yep, that's gonna be 8, 4, 7, 19, I think. Yes, 19.
19. All right, so then I have to roll concentration, I guess. Check, right. To see if I. Dope! I rolled a 2.
Okay,
So-
rip to the sun.
Rip to
beam.
dawn.
To
By
dawn. It is dusk.
Delete. Bye
Oh, no, no.
It's all right.
Oh no! How did I erase all? How did I
It's
erase
okay.
stuff that
I
wasn't
think
mine?
you hit erase
It's all right.
all.
I did, but I
We're-
didn't think that would erase other people's objects.
We're gonna administratively say, oh, there you go. Okay, that works. Never mind.
And secondly, I think Snuffy is going to cast on himself another area of effect attack. So I'm going to need everybody on the dais, basically. If you're in the difficult terrain, you're going to need to make both a Constitution and a Wisdom saving throw.
And
Both DC 18.
you get both of you get +3 on those. As do the rubber chickens.
Everybody in the white circle?
Yeah.
DC 18?
18. One con save, one wisdom save.
And you get a +3.
I'm sorry, you said
Or
wisdom and
a
con saves?
+3 from,
Okay. Yeah.
You get +3 from being near a paladin. Okay, I made one, lost one. Doesn't matter which.
You tell me which ones you made.
I made the con, lost the wisdom.
Okay. So you're going to take 9 psychic damage and 7 force damage. So that'll be 16 for you. Going next, Piggy, what did you make?
what was what were we trying to get on wisdom?
18.
And I got is it 1 +3 from Sam, or is it +3 on each?
On each.
On each, okay, then I got a 20 on wisdom and I got an 18 on constitution.
You make both saves and take a total of 10 damage, I think.
Okay.
It's mixed psychic and force. Are you resistant to either of those?
I'm resistant to, what was the second type besides psychic?
Force.
No, just bludgeoning and other things like that because I'm in a rage.
Okay. Yeah, and Kermit.
So I got a 21 and a 26 on the saving throw. So is it 10 damage total if I
That'll
make
be
them?
10 damage to you as well.
Okay.
Along with every one of the chickens, or 21 if they fail all their saves.
Oh, I'm sorry. What? Sorry, can you repeat the saves I'm supposed to do as the chickens?
Con and
18
wisdom.
con, 18
18.
whiz.
Yeah. And they do get +3s.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
So DC 15, basically.
18, I'll count the failures. Oh, shoot, stop. Auto correct. All right, and then wisdom is going to be really bad. Animated
I
objects.
mean, rubber chickens are not really wise. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's a minus. -4. So sorry to be so slow. I didn't realize I was.
It's all good. How many hit points do they have, Jay?
They started out with 20, so now they're all at 13.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry. So Constitution is DC
18.
18.
18. I get a plus
Plus 3.
3, so 15. Okay, fail, 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 fail.
Chickens, we hardly knew ye.
Can anyone really know a rubber
Right.
chicken?
So one made
Not
the
legally.
wisdom. One of them made the wisdom save, and 1, 2, 3, 4 of them made the con saves.
Okay. Unless, did any of them make both saves?
Yes, one of them made both saves.
Okay, that's the only one that's still alive.
Okay.
Everything else takes more than 13.
Okay. So there was one rubber chicken floating there.
And how many points of damage did that one take you? 10?
That one took 10.
Okay. Thank you.
Cool. Is that it for Snuffy?
That should be it for Snuffy this turn. Yes.
All right. Very cool. Who's up next?
I think that would be the chef.
Chef.
Yes. So I turn to my imaginary friend, Julia Child, and I say, I've always hated French food. Too much butter and not enough pickled fish. And I whack her over the head with a meat tenderizer. And I roll a 12, so that's 20.
Well, give me a DC 16 intelligence check first.
A DC 16.
See, you said you always hated her, but do you feel that?
This is not about feelings. I rolled a 1.
Oh no.
Yes, it is.
All right.
Turns out you really like that butter after all.
So you
Let's face it, we all like butter. It wasn't true.
So I totally agree that you should attack Julia Child, but you do it with disadvantage.
That's so sad.
So your first was a 12 and roll again just to take the lower one.
12.
Okay, after all that.
So I do 8 plus 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage, and that's I have 1. Okay, cool. Thank you.
And then for my second attack, I want to use the sous chef, which allows me to essentially give my attack to somebody else. Rolf, does your conductor stand count as a weapon?
That's a bonus action thingy. I think it's just kind of a separate thing.
Oh, so it's
I don't know. The DM can decide how they want to.
So sous chef allows people to make 1 weapon attack? Is that what it's
you can forgo one of your attacks and use a bonus action to direct one of your companions to strike.
We should probably have like Sam or something do it.
And it's 1 weapon attack.
Okay. I'll allow the conductor stand to be that if you want it to be.
What do you guys think?
I think Sam would be could really bring the hammer down.
Is this the Hammer of Freedom?
Probably the Hammer of Freedom. I mean,
It's the
Okay.
Mall of America.
Mall of
it's the Mall of America.
Okay, I turn to Sam and say, "Oh, glorious bird wrapped in a flag, please attack that Snuffleupagus."
If we must, we must. That is not going to get me a 20. Sorry.
Oh. And
I don't
at
have
this
any bonus,
point,
right? I just got to take my normal attack roll.
At this point, I think Waldorf and stuff were pipe up, right?
yeah, 4B.
4B.
I didn't know that eagles could do that.
Be talented.
No, be that bad. And Sam, I need you to make a DC 14 charisma save, which I'm sure you'll do.
That I would hope I really ought to. Yes.
All right.
That's the roll I could have used on my attack, but such is life.
Okay.
Well, the Swedish-American partnership did not work out so well.
I apologize. Not holding my end of the bargain.
So Susie likes to tell the story that she applied to Rice as a Swedish American, and it did not help her get in. So we have a long history of discriminating against the Swedish Americans here.
Damn Swedes with their pickled herrings.
They have some pretty awesome bakeries in Chicago, I'll tell you that.
Lutefisk. Cardamom buns, though. I'm with you on that. All right, who's up next? Oh, the imaginary friends. Yay. Okay. Imaginary friend 1 is just looks over at the count at the chef and just is like, you complain about my butter? How dare you? But she only rolled a nope. 14. I assume that does not hit.
That does not hit.
Okay, cool. Next is imaginary friend 2. This will go easier if I have that tool enabled. Imaginary friend 2 is going after Ralph since he's right there. And that's only a 12. Jesus, could I roll worse?
Schroeder, take that,
Yes.
buddy.
You could have rolled an 11.
Oh, I see. All right, I assume that misses.
Yes, it does.
All right, and imaginary friend 3. Imaginary friend 3. What is imaginary friend 3 going to do? Is imaginary friend 3 going to imaginary
Go
friend
after the
3
celestial again.
is going to disengage from there and we'll come up here and is going to attack Piggy. But being a cherub, I think it avoids any opportunity attack from the Celestial. And that time it rolled a 19. Does that hit Piggy?
Yeah, 19 hits.
All right, cool. So that does 12 points of necrotic damage. And that is the imaginary friends. All right, Gonzo.
Yes.
So this time you wake up whatever's happening in between these, and you find yourself, you're in an empty field. And there must be a big storm coming because the sky is dark and lowering. And across this field, it's like they've burned the crops for, it's the end, it's past harvest in between, it's just late in the season. Across the field, you spot Camilla and the chicken.
Yes.
And you can tell she is terrified, completely terrified. What do you do?
I run to her to comfort her.
Okay. As you run to her, lightning flashes in these roiling clouds above you. And you realize two things. First, the sky is actually lowering. It is rapidly moving closer to you and Camilla. And second, you realize it's not actually the sky. It is this dark, chaotic mass of nothingness. And Camilla clucks at you loudly as you've ever heard her cluck, urging you to go faster, faster, and faster than your feet can carry you.
I dash, I roll whatever things I need to roll. I do whatever I can to reach my beloved Camilla.
Is she
what do
a
you
little
do?
chicken? I'm just wondering. Go with
Okay.
the sky
The chicken,
falling.
yes.
Is she a little chicken?
Is she a little chicken?
I mean, the sky is
not-
falling and all. I was just
Yes, oh, yes, the sky is falling. Good point. Yes.
So you reach Camilla and you wrap her protectively in your wings just as the falling sky that isn't a sky crashes into you. And the ground under your feet dissolves away, but you don't. Just the opposite. The nothing envelops you, and you envelop Camilla against it, but you are entwined with the nothing, just as you're entwined with this avian life that you're cradling. And when you come to realize this and you unclasp your arms, you find that you're not holding Camilla, you're holding the Matryoshka.
Then I open the Matryoshka.
Okay. And scene. All right, Scooter, back to the top of the order.
All righty. Well, I don't got no Dawn no more. Which kind of sucks. And we've got 4 people surrounding Snuffy, which is pretty cool. All right, so I'm gonna pull out a tube out of my bag of X. It's got a big radiation symbol on it, and I flip open the lid and I direct a beam of sickening radiance right at Snuffy. And I'm going to use my power to throw radiation protected garments to all my buddies in that area. So that's the rubber chicken, and that's, I don't know, should I use them? Yeah, I'll use on the rubber chicken. And Miss Piggy, and Kermie, Sam the Eagle, and of course Fozzie Bear, because you know he's relatively close.
Are these like lead aprons? Like
Yeah, you know, it's like full radiation garment gear. Right?
Oh, okay.
So they're all
Right.
protected from the they're all protected from the
It's
radiation.
not like, you know, like you're at the dentist and getting an
No,
X.
I'm picturing like rubber
like
suits with
Simpsons,
some,
like
Nice. Okay.
yeah,
Homer
like
Simpson,
with
yeah.
some
It's a rubber chicken in a rubber suit. Got it?
tiny
So protected.
tiny little rubber chicken safe suit. We know it's tiny now. It's not small. It's tiny. All right. So 30-foot radius sphere centered on Snuffy. I know how to draw this now. 30-foot radius is again probably about the whole deal. So whatever, about that big. So Snuffy makes a con saving throw or take 4d10 radiant.
He fails.
I think
Fails.
Snuffy
All right.
I think Snuffy is
I think he uses a legendary resistance though.
use a legendary resistance.
How many of these legendary resistances do you have?
3.
So Snuffy has 3. The Count used 2. The Count
okay.
also had them.
Gotcha. So it's like we got a whole new bad guy when the
Yep.
Snuffy showed up. Gotcha.
We got a new BBG.
Oh, bummer. Okay.
So saving, does he still take anything?
Well, so legendary, what does legendary resistance do? Does that just mean he doesn't have any
Autosave.
effects? Oh, it's an
Auto
auto
save.
save. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Does he still take half damage? Or?
Succeed on a con saving throw or take 4d10 radiant damage. It doesn't say that you take any damage if you save.
Okay.
So I think that was a good one to use this on. So if you end your turn in there for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there. Okay, yeah. So if you start your turn there.
Okay. All right.
All right. Yeah, that's it. That was Scooter's deal. Level 4 spell.
And now we return to Mr. Joel McHale.
Okay,
Yay.
Joel McHale, realizing that he cannot get his Johnny Cage plasma bolt through Kermit or Piggy, or necessarily between them, is going to run, but not dash, over here by Chef, which is within 30 feet, and then is going to blast Snuffy, if he can, between Sam the Eagle and Kermit.
Sure.
He might not be able to.
Probably.
Yeah, he's floating in the
Might
air.
as well.
Okay. He is going to blast them with the Johnny Cage plasmic bolt. So
You do
that is
have to shout Hadouken.
Hadouken! So that is a DC 16 Dex save.
Once again fails. How much damage is that? I want to know whether or not to spend another legendary resistance.
24.
Okay, I'm not going to. He's fine.
All right.
I think. I really hope.
Nah, you're fine.
Okay, good.
Okay, count.
All right.
And as the count takes his turn. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to monologue.
Oh, please do.
You mortals dare defy me my realm? You not see how simple your world is? How boring? I have seen the workshop where they made your world. I know things that you cannot possibly comprehend. You cannot stop me. I will make this simple world complex. Perhaps then your pitiful minds may comprehend those who pull the strings. And he is going to cast his 9th level cleric spell, Implosion, on Fuzzy Bear. Make a fortitude save or die immediately.
No.
What's a fortitude save?
Made up.
No, it's a 3.5e high level cleric spell that allows you to instantly kill somebody. Jokes aside, though, he is going to cast a
So
another-
you notice as he's monologuing that he again looks more healthy than he had just a moment ago.
How much more healthy?
You know, somewhere in the range of 7.5%.
Oh boy.
Like, and when Joel McHale did 20 points of damage, what percentage did that take him down?
Maybe 5-ish.
So
Maybe
he
a little
healed
bit less than
more.
5.
So he healed more than Joel McHale's.
yeah, but he's
healed.
looking worse than
healed,
he was at the
give or-
last turn.
He healed, give or take, like 5/4 of 120%, 125%, call it.
He's given it his all.
Yeah.
So
Well, so Scooter sees you about to cast a spell.
it's not a
so-
spell.
Oh, it's not a spell. Dang it, you said it was a spell.
It's
Well-
a spell-like ability, technically.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yes, it is technically warping reality because he is innately out of reality. You know, is pressing on the book thing in Interstellar technically a spell? No, I don't think so. But he is going to attack you with that, and he is going to hit critically against Scooter.
Oof.
Yeah, that's going to be 68. So
That's another Mandelbrot spear.
that is another Mandelbrot spear for 31 points of force damage.
Ouch.
Are you still with us, Scooter?
31 points?
Yes.
No,
Oh,
I am not.
Scooter goes down.
31 points is a lot.
yeah.
It was a critical spear hit.
Yes. So as you take this point called Z on the complex plane and let Z1 be Z squared plus C and Z2 is Z1 squared plus C.
Is there any chance my
Increase
shield would
potentials.
save me from this spear?
It's a critical hit with a plus 12.
Oh, you said a
you are-
critical.
but you
Oh,
are
have a plus
inspired.
12?
She
You have
rolled a
to-
32.
Yeah, you
All
have an
right.
inspiration point.
But that doesn't help me, does it?
Can I make them re-roll the spear?
I could see that being an interesting inspiration use.
Oh yeah. Okay, inspiration point. Yeah.
All
So
right.
I'm feel inspired. I'm like that probably needs to be re-rolled.
So as the spear approaches you, you just kind of you look at it and you're like, wait, I'm gonna see if I can just kind of twist around this thing. And EO, you roll again and let's see what happens.
The universe has a funny way of doing things.
Oh,
As
no.
you look at this spear, it warps and redirects and comes at the exact same trajectory, but this time behind you. I rolled another fucking 20.
No way.
Yes, I did.
Alrighty.
If you want me to send a picture,
No, don't worry about it. You got me. All right. Well, that's
I'll
okay.
re-roll the damage to make
Oh
it
yeah, you
lower
can
if
re-roll
you
the
want.
damage though, right?
Yeah. reroll the
Yeah,
damage.
31 was relatively high.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty stout.
Only 25 this time.
All right.
Well, that was totally worth it then, because I'm still alive. 25. So then I have to do a concentration saving roll. 25, half of that. So what is that? 12?
Yeah.
What are you concentrating on?
The
Do I get any
sickening
bonuses
radiance.
on that?
It's technically a con save.
It's a constitution save, so I don't think I have a very good constitution. Oh, I do. Dang, +3. All right, I passed then.
Sweet.
So I keep my concentration
Yeah.
on my sickening radius ball.
And finally, he is going to attack you again.
Speaking
He
of
is.
sickening radiance. Do you have to do a check of this turn or something?
Oh, 'cause we
at the end,
started
yeah.
At the
At the
no,
end,
it was
yeah.
the start. It
No,
was the
at
start
the
of the turn.
Oh, start of the turn. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
He.
Thank you.
Thinking.
I'm not sure. What's the AC?
16.
And this is
He
a
does barely make it with 1 to spare.
this is a con save.
Yeah, constitution saving throw.
I don't think that imaginary friend's going to, for the record.
That is a very good point.
But
it's not the imaginary friend's turn. So
true. He does barely make it. And he is going to cause everybody within the 20-foot radius around him to make a DC 18 con save. Just con save. Because we're low on time.
okay. The imaginary
Yeah.
friend made it.
Oh, good.
Everybody gets +3 if you're in.
Wait, does the imaginary friend get +3?
So,
Sam, you look at the imaginary
It
friend
is.
and you see a friendly face.
oh
How
wait,
do you deny?
It's baby Abraham Lincoln.
You un-American bastard.
Abraham Lincoln.
Babe.
right? Yeah, I mean that's true. It's friendly creatures, and so I guess it is a friendly creature.
It's all right. It made it without it. So
I made both my saves.
oh, it's just con this time.
Yes, I'm
whatever,
just
I made
doing
it.
crushing.
Then I made it twice.
Cool.
Cool. So it is going to be the space around you, and much more concerningly, within you, folds in on itself, crushing you all while not moving you an inch. those of you who made your con save have sort of resisted it, and only take 13 force damage. All of you who failed take 26.
Okay.
So I think that's probably going to kill that rubber chicken.
Oh, I mean, it's moot, but sure.
It's little tiny radiation suit. Poof.
Just flutters to the ground.
It just lets out those screams
Whoa.
that rubber chickens leave.
All right. Is that it for Snuffy on this
That will be Snuffy's turn.
on this
and-
count?
Yes,
All right.
and maybe his final one, given how things are going.
Ralph.
All right, so first of all, the conductor stand is gonna take a whack at Snuffleupagus.
Yay.
And the conductor stand rolls a 22.
That hits.
And then for damage, that is roll. So the conductor stand does, 20 points of damage.
Ow.
And then Ralph is going to actually try and move towards how far am I from my friend Scooter over there? Pretty far. Okay, so I'm gonna, at the risk of taking an opportunity attack, start to move towards Scooter.
Okay.
So let's see. So I'm gonna move about 30 feet that way.
Does an 18 hit?
It does.
Okay. You take 8 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
The as little Schroeder
Oh, Schroeder. How could you
just
do?
reaches out and tries to tug you backwards.
Okay. And then I will fire a guiding bolt at Snuffleupagus. I'm going to upcast that a little bit. See if I can do just a little bit of extra damage. And so first, let's just see if it hits. And that is a 28.
That definitely hits.
Okay, so then the nice thing is the next person who attacks Snuffleupagus will get advantage because he is lit up like a Christmas tree. A very fuzzy Christmas tree with a trunk.
Very
And-
sickeningly radiant.
Sickeningly radiant fuzzy Christmas tree.
Yes, you all notice that it has begun to snow in here, but it's that weird, not that cold snow that was at the end of Chernobyl episode 1.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll 66.
Damage?
66 damage, yes.
Wow.
Plus,
Is this resistible?
No, it's a guiding bolt.
it's a guiding.
Fucking hell.
No,
So this is radiant damage. And I guess it takes, now I'm feeling bad. It takes 29 points of damage.
Okay. Wow. Well rolled.
And then so that's Ralph done.
Okay.
And we have the celestial who's going to attack
Snuffy.
Snuffy as well.
And the celestial has advantage, right?
The
Mhm.
celestial does have advantage. It did not need it, but I'll check about the critical. Okay, the 22, so it hits either way, I guess. Roll 2d. And the celestial does 16 points of damage. And now the next one will roll without advantage. And miss. So there you go. And that is Ralph and his merry band.
Wow, that was some Leonard Bernstein level conductoring and stuff. That was impressive. Joe, I want to hear about Liza Minnelli in a stairwell, but
Later.
Yeah, later. All right. Who's up next? Fozzie.
All right, Fozzie's gonna run around to the bottom so that I got a line between me and then Snuffy controlled count and the portal. And I'm gonna say to the count being controlled by Snuffy, I'm gonna whisper in a voice that only he can hear. Going to say, so I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers. I'm gonna need a wisdom save. I'm gonna say, the person who used to be Count Von Count, do you know why our very special guest stars, Lily Tomlin, Jane Fonda, and Dolly Parton, would rather spend time with a nanocranial Hydra than the pentacephalic dragon Tiamat? It's because when it comes to heads, they prefer 9 to 5. Waka, 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 waka.
It hurts. It hurts.
That one hurt more from being able to see it coming.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh, I can count. Oh.
I knew you
Why are
could.
there I can think of like 2 5-headed dragons, and I don't know why. But also, does 21 save?
It does. It does.
I think we need to do 1B.
Ah, fair enough. Hey, hey, hey! It's that silly bear!
Time for the audience to go elsewhere. Oh, and we need you to make a DC 14 charisma save.
Oh, I rolled badly, but I have good charisma. So 8 plus 8, I got 16.
All right, cool. Then no psychic damage to Fozzie.
That's too bad. I actually sort of wanted to retort with a vicious mockery, but that'll have to wait. We haven't attacked these guys. Are they the key to everything?
What? Huh?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Sam the Eagle.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do my thing and attack him. I'm going for 20, right?
Yep.
First one misses. Second one hits.
Sweet.
And it's a critical.
Oh.
It's a 19, but I get a 19 critical hit. I will use my, and I'm critical hits didn't exist when I used to play Dungeons and Dragons. What happens? I get to roll twice as many dice.
You roll the dice and then just double it.
Oh,
Or
okay.
you can roll, I mean, you can roll twice as many.
That's only on the on the actual weapon part, not the smite that I'm going to layer on top.
That's correct.
All right.
I thought you doubled the
All the
smite.
dice, just not the
We
mod.
do not double the smite.
Jay, I'm glad that we got that in writing for the Octopodemos.
the East German judge rules you do not double the smite.
All right. This is really bad rolling. Yikes.
Well, I got awfully lucky on mine, so I guess it kind of averages
Yeah,
up.
15.
15?
Yeah, a lot of ones and twos.
Do you want to double the smite?
I'm
Do you,
sure. I'll
do you want to
take a
double the smite?
double the smite. So then
17.
add another 11.
Oh, all right. That's more reasonable.
I mean, it's
Okay.
6.
That's
All
not
right.
bad.
Who's up next?
With this spotlight shining down on us here, I can't help but feel like the whole world just needs to slow down and think about this, not in terms of a battle, but in terms of a chance to show this interdimensional raider and monstrous unholy creation that we can all just get along. And my spectral arms reach into my pack and unsling my banjo and hang it across the front of me. And
They sing this at my son's school every year.
So many songs about rainbows and what's on the other side.
Wait, I remember this.
Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. And rainbows have nothing to hide. What's so something that
Keeps the star.
Yes. Gazing, that's right. Anyway, so this is an ability called Rainbow Connection, which takes an action. I can increase the number of targets by using some additional green points. Targets that I choose within 90 feet need to make Constitution saving throws. How many?
You can hit all. You can hit everybody.
So, yeah. So how many creatures are there? We have still 3 imaginary friends. Do we count the possessed count Snuffy as a 1 creature?
One.
Yes.
And are these little
Oh, 4.
jokesters over our octogenarian hecklers 2 creatures or 1?
Yeah, 1. You can
Yeah,
try to hit
1.
him if you want.
All right, so it looks like I need to spend 3 green points. So can you make 3 slashes there? And so everybody needs to make a DC 16 Constitution saving throw.
Not us, not us.
Am I able to use the Bardic Inspiration die that Fozzie gave me last thing to take away from their saves or anything?
Well, you already used it. is the main thing.
No, we
No,
didn't.
only bards can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, plus you already
That's
used it.
cutting words.
No, we didn't.
What about the other inspiration? Is that useful at all? The other one from Mikhail's
If you
speech?
if you give me a way that it might be,
Well, I mean, it's a really sweet song, and I'm in the middle of this spotlight of radiance. So I figured maybe it would be inspiring to all these other people to sing too. So
tell
don't know.
you what, here's what happens
Increase
when
AC.
here's what happens when that happens. All 3 of the imaginary friends, which I haven't heard what Kermit's imaginary friend was, but tell me who you're who are you seeing these imaginary friends as?
Other frogs from the pond.
Ah, okay. So, like tadpoles, and they just kind of hang their heads. I mean, they sang along. And whatever's going to happen to them, they're either going to automatically fail or something bad will happen to them.
So failed saves, the creature falls prone and can't take reactions till the start of its next turn, and then has to make another con save at the beginning of their turn. And if they fail that, then they're unconscious for a minute, or until somebody else wakes them up or gives them damage.
I'm just gonna dispel all 3 of them. I think inspiration. I think that was so well sung. I think that the imaginary friends go away. They're
It
just
does
like,
say It does say, I just saw this, I'm sorry. Undead elves and creatures that can't be charmed or unaffected by this. Hopefully they're not undead or elves or something.
They're not.
Okay,
not.
okay.
If you want to know, technically they're aberrants.
Okay, okay. Cool. I probably should have read the whole description before I said that. But all right.
The
It's my
count,
idea.
the count. Have you ever read the laundry files?
The which ones?
Okay.
Yeah, you
never
and I are the
mind.
only ones.
But because the possession mechanics in that work really well for this. The count looks almost entirely unaffected. He did make his save. It's almost as if anything that once was the Count von Count is gone, has been consumed by this infovoric entity.
And Waldorf and Astoria or whatever his name is.
Yeah, okay. Speaking of, we actually have a joke for this.
Oh, all right.
He's trying to kill us. He's trying to kill us. Well, he's trying to make us feel things. What kind of an act is that?
An act of mercy.
We were expecting you guys to shoot arrows at them.
Nice.
I don't think that actually causes any effect. I just really wanted to do that joke.
Yeah, we needed to make sure that got in there. All right. So the imaginary friends are gone. Nothing seems to have phased Waldorf and Statler. They're just, they're just mockery incarnate. Oh wait, hold on. It's actually their turn.
So do we count
Assuming
that
you're
one?
done. Kermit, are you actually done?
So they're just essentially like the lair action that something happens every time. Okay. Scooter.
They
just got
hide
it on
behind
record.
their table as
You just said they're the lair action, by the way, Scooter. Just saying. That's what he
Gotcha.
said. All right. Yes, that's the end of my turn. I'm not going to move from this spot.
they hide behind their table to avoid the feeling.
Well, I mean, Statler hides behind the table, and the other one looks at him, Waldorf, and says, "What's wrong with you?" Which is 6A.
Oh, 6A, thank you. It's either the show or indigestion. I hope it's indigestion.
Why?
Because then it'll get better.
All right. I need everybody to make a DC 14 charisma save.
We should just link you the doc of jokes after this.
My
You get a +3.
Yeah, please do.
My
Yeah.
chief familiar says, I don't get any of these
Shit.
jokes. Are they adult jokes?
15A would have been so good.
DC what?
We're going to do 15A before the end of this.
All right. Okay.
I failed.
DC 14.
With your +3, Dave?
Yeah, I failed.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody who fails takes 4 points of psychic damage. And if you make it, you don't take anything. Okay. Miss
And
Piggy.
what is,
Oh, sorry.
So remind me, what is Snuffy's condition?
Like, how's he looking?
Yeah.
Battered and bloodied.
All right. So time for a little more of that. Okay. So I am going to attack. Attack number 1. 15 misses. Attack number 2, 17.
17 misses. Sorry.
Looking for 20.
Jeez. Oh, well, you know what? In that case, can I take the Bardic Inspiration with that? All right. So that gets me to 26.
Cool. That is.
And damage is 14.
Okay.
And my one more Haya attack is 26
That hits.
with 18 damage.
Yeah. Definitely, battering Snuffleupagus here. Strongly.
And
Okay.
that's it for me.
That's it. All right, cool. Snuffy.
You all look on.
So,
Sorry, yeah.
Snuffy is starting. You're starting your turn in the sickening radiance, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you. He's
Con
going to
save?
use his legendary resistance.
Alrighty.
I don't want to roll. I'm lazy. We're getting to the end of the fight. Snuffy looks down upon all of you in contempt as he floats slightly more and more above the ground. And you notice a large stream of energy piling through this sort of tendril. And you've noticed that the area of warpedness, both around the portal and around Snuffy, seems to be increasing. And the battered and bruisedness of Snuffy seems to massively disappear as he is healed for full. You are fighting an Eldritch God, I will point out. Well, actually, he is healed for a good amount, not technically full. He is still technically below.
Cool.
And that is his entire turn.
Okay. Chef.
Can I ask, are we making any progress? Like, we're not. Please give us a hint that we're not.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, please let us know.
You're making progress. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay, the chef is going in. And I'm going to whack this silly Snuffleupagus with
So
my,
the only problem, Chef, I don't think I exempt Chef from the sickening radiance.
so I can't run in?
Did she start her turn? Did Chef start his turn inside the radiance? Where did you start?
No, I was outside the radiance.
Oh, there you go. That's all
You
good.
must make a saving throw.
I just
Yeah.
can't, I thought I just couldn't finish in it.
Well, it's different than the other one. I mean, technically, when a creature moves into the area for the first time on a turn, or it starts turn there. Sorry.
Okay.
So, all right, so what happens?
You have to do a constitution. It would be bad.
Oh,
A constitution saving throw, or you take 4d10 radiant damage, so probably average 20 points damage. And then you have exhaustion and you emit a dim greenish light. Sorry. I could drop it, but I feel like it's sort of ticking down the Snuffy's resistance, legendary resistances.
okay.
I mean,
Then I'm going to, well, I'll first use my sous chef.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And
Jeff has 103 hit points.
what was that?
But you do have 103 hit points. So
I do have a lot of hit points, but first let's use my sous chef. After a lot of negotiations and some Swedish American tension, we have resolved our differences. We will reunite our bonds, and the Americans will not fail us this time.
You know what they say? I was a doubter just like you, but then I saw the American dream come true. In New Jersey, they had a goddamn Swedish parade.
There's lots of Jonathan Colton quotes here. Just
Yeah,
for
I'm
those-
sorry.
those
Jonathan
not getting the
Colton
references.
is really good. That's from a song about IKEA. He also has a song about the
So,
Mandelbrot
again,
set that helped me
daylight
memorize
savings
the
time.
formula.
Daylight savings time.
Yep.
Okay,
We gotta move.
Contact.
Sam, flap those eagly wings and do
The
something.
Mall of America, I can use my smite, right? Even though it's
Yes.
not my turn?
Yeah, you
All
can do
right.
it. Your turn. Go.
All right. I have the smite. The Mall of America has connected. I am smiting with a level 2 spell. $22.
Hits.
No, that was damage. I already
Oh,
had.
okay. All right.
Oh wait, I can add a superiority die to the attack's damage roll.
Nice.
Do. So you can add another 4.
Nice.
Eight.
All right. What else are you doing, Chef? That's one of your.
Let's see. We're getting pretty close to Scooter, so I'm gonna go cozy up next to Scooter.
Oh,
Because
thanks.
I know, because I can actually protect you if you take some damage if we're within 5 feet of each other.
Oh, that's nice. That's good.
I know. It's so snuggly. And I don't think I'm gonna do anything else. Not sure.
Okay. All right. Gonzo. This time, when you wake up, you remember how you initially woke up. You were in King's Cross Station. You might remember, but it was all white and
Yep.
weird. Yeah. Okay. So you recognize that's where you are again. But Uller is not here this time. Instead, what you find is you're confronted with 2 people, and you can't really see their faces, but you recognize them. You can't like make out who they are, but you know that the Aarakocra over there is your father, and the mass of spinning entropic nothingness over there is your mother. And they say to you, you must be both. What do you do?
So I run to my mother. I stick one hand into the mass of entropic nothingness. And then I attempt to slidle over to my father and grab him in the same great, big, long, 3-fingered, fuzzy hug and bring them both together into myself.
And as you do that, you feel just like you're absorbing them, but not in like a weird, terrible way, but in this way that really just fills you and makes you feel whole, like you are you. And what happens then is that you're kind of looking down the train platform, and what you see is almost that it's like a wall, like a fourth wall almost breaking and opening up. And what you see beyond that in this hole, in this square shaped hole in reality, you see your friends. And they're in this throne room that you have some vague recollection of, but nothing particularly clear. And they're fighting the Count. And you can see this from afar. There's something, you're kind of from behind. You can see all of them looking at you and the Count. And there's this like elephant trunk attached to the Count's back. And it looks like, there's an opening there. What do you do?
So I jump through and I attempt to grab the elephant's trunk.
Okay.
After I'm through the portal.
All right. So what the rest of you see is that all of a sudden, just a blinding light comes out of the face of the root cube that is facing you. And your Gonzo pops out. Are you playing it? Come on, and as Gonzo comes out of the root cube, the eye collapses.
Wow.
And the portal closes or starts to close. And Snuffleupagus, or the trunk of him, the horrible part that had intruded into our reality, is just pulled back, and with him comes the Count just attached to it. Io, does Snuffy have any last words that you wanted to give us?
No, you can't do this.
And then the trunk just slithers ever backward and more into this horrible imaginary realm. And at the same time, the eye, as I said, it just closes. And that has broken the connection to the imaginary realm. And you guys are just left in the throne room in a horrible well of sickening radiance. But Waldorf and Statler have seemed to have made themselves scarce. And you guys are just left there alone. And the relics, the cube comes it doesn't clatter to the floor. It just kind of slowly rests itself on the floor. And that's it. I mean, it's over. You've defeated Snuffleupagus, at least for now.
Gonzo, you're back.
Yay!
Huzzah! You would not believe the adventure I have been on.
I can imagine it must have been pretty important to keep you away from the most important performance we've ever had.
Have you met our very special guest star, Mr. Joel McHale?
Never.
Don't let them touch. Bad things might happen. Okay.
About these artifacts, these seem like they're a little dangerous. I think they belong in a museum.
That's right.
They belong in a museum.
I think we should hand them over to top men.
Top men.
Top men.
Wait.
Okay, well, so you guys are welcome to pick up the relics as you like. There are some top men back in Cold Heath who you think of might want to take custody of them, but I leave that to your discretion. And Pops kind of opens the door and pops his head and he's like, "What's going on in here? Are you what'd you do with the Count?"
Where is the Count?
He's gone. He
Oh,
disappeared.
the Count's
into
gone
the-
too.
Into
Yeah,
the portal.
Oh, he got yanked back.
Yeah. So
He
the
didn't know what he was
castle-
doing.
Pops, I didn't
think
like
if-
that Count guy. He tried to kill our friend Gonzo multiple ways. In fact, I would say the Count is so horrible that when he was a child, our very special guest star, Julie Andrews, refused to be his nanny.
Nice.
Waka, waka, waka.
You hear in response a very faint echoing Waldorf and Stockler comments. I really want to do 15A.
okay.
Is this campaign in 3D?
Nope. The Muppets are as one-dimensional as they've always been.
Oh,
And
Oh,
that's the castle, guys. So
Nice.
Let's go.
Yay.
You know, if you want to hand it, let me just say this. If you want to keep the relics, you can keep the relics. Maybe the Muppets would find them useful in future. If you want to hand them over to top men, I'm sure that we can locate those.
Just whatever you do, don't give them to the British Museum.
Exactly. But that is how the Muppets take Barovia.
Nice.
I love it.
Very
I
nice.
love it.
And
The Muppets
that's-
take Barovia.
well, I mean, that's literally that's where we started, was
I like it.
those 4 words.
Well run. Thank you guys for all the
This was
extra creativity
amazing.
and work you put into that.
Yeah, I know. That
Thank
was
you.
wild.
EO, I can't imagine the amount of work you probably have till tomorrow morning, but you probably don't like wake up until noon anyway, right?
It's an 8 a.m.
Oh, painful.
Godspeed.
And Ryan,
Hey,
I don't know if
but-
we appreciated it enough. That cameo was so amazing last week.
Yeah.
That was
Amazing.
really funny. That was
I
amazing.
showed it to several other friends.
So did
I
I.
was gonna show it to my local D&D friends, but the reason I didn't is because I didn't want to set the bar too high. Fair game.
Nice.
It was amazing.
Well, so he was like my 4th option after I didn't convince Yeston, I didn't convince Bloomfield, and I couldn't get Hutch to work out the schedule. I was like, fine, I'll resort to Cameo. I was like, wow, this worked out so well.
It did work
That's
out well. What the hell were those others objecting to?
So both Yeston and Bloomy were like, D&D's not really my thing. I'm like, come on.
You.
I know.
Yes. Yeah.
But anyway, it was a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for letting us do this. We
Thank you,
had
guys.
just an
Thank
incredible
you.
amount of fun.
Yeah, what a joy.
Thank you.
It was a
It was
blast.
good to have our
That was cool.
very special guest stars, Chef and Sam, again.
Yeah, that was fun.
Here, here.
Yes. I'm so
It was
glad I
a-
got to do it.
It was a lot of fun to see Jay as a player.
Yes.
That was fun. That's fun.
Yeah. That was
Great.
a blast.
That was perfect having him as Fozzie too. I mean, the bard, very well done. I mean, I love our bard, but that was a good bard.
Jay, you barred well.
How hard was it to end up assigning roles when all this, in terms of like what people asked for and where they ended up, everybody ended up?
Oh, we had done all of the character sheets with their classes, and it was like, okay, you guys tell us what class you wanted. And then, you know, it was like everybody, almost everybody, there weren't any conflicts on first choices. There were a couple, but
We also had Pepe the Prawn as a rogue, in case any of you guys chose that.
Who on earth is Pepe?
The single hardest part of developing this was we were, while we were waiting, the day before we went for Fiumicino Airport in Rome, we were trying to figure out, okay, what the hell do we do for abilities?
yes, we're in this airport hotel, and it's like, okay, we have nothing to do. We have to sit down and figure these abilities out. So
Nice.
yeah, it was a lot of fun.
So who were the characters that you never used?
We didn't, I mean, Pepe, we have a character sheet.
Uncle Deadly.
We didn't use Uncle Deadly. We didn't use Crazy Harry or
Crazy
New
Harry.
Zealand.
Okay.
New Zealand would have been pretty sweet.
There's
didn't
a fair amount of Sesame Street characters we didn't use.
Yeah, I was trying to pitch that we put a seagull named Jason in the rookery, so we can have Jason the seagull.
Yeah, very nice.
So we have, as I told Ben yesterday, you and I have ideas for other arcs. So, you know, if in future folks want to return to the Muppetverse, the Muppet cinematic universe, as it were.
MCU.
Yeah, sure.
And
So speaking of the Jason the Seagull, as other parents on the call might appreciate. You guys know of the Elephant and Piggy books?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
You know?
So my
okay.
sister today realized while talking to her kids, and I'm embarrassed to say I realized only after she told me. Elephant's name is Gerald, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Elephant Gerald
Piggy.
is presumably a reference to Ella Fitzgerald.
Oh my
Which
gosh.
I never
And that-
realized until her kids were listening to Ella Fitzgerald today, and they
Whoa.
thought Ella Fitzgerald's was Elephant Gerald. And they were listening to Elephant Gerald on the radio, and then she only realized when they made that mistake that was probably the origin of Elephant Gerald.
Is the
Okay.
pigeon named
Yeah.
Charlie or Parker?
I don't know, but that would be amazing.
No,
Okay.
the piggy's name. Piggy's
Now
just
do
Piggy.
Piggy.
Piggy's
Piggy is just Piggy.
Piggy.
Yeah, Piggy is just
Elephant
Piggy.
Gerald.
That's right. I'm thinking of Don't Let the Pigeon on the Bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
Also
same
Llewellyn's.
universe.
Same author, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Wow.
We just recently saw the newer Muppet movie with Jason Segel, and Calvin had another ability idea, and it's called Muppet Man, and he says all the Muppets become one size larger.
Yeah, because they get into
Oh, they
Muppet.
stack up on top of each other.
Yeah, so they get.
Like-
But they have to all get together in a group if you can use that.
Right,
ability.
and they make like
Yeah,
a
trench coat
like a
kind of thing.
human size
Yeah, you know,
person in a
when they
trench
did
coat.
that, and they all pile up on each other and put a trench coat on.
Yeah.
And they look like a person.
Yeah.
And they use it to sneak into Miss Piggy's office, and she says, "I can't believe I fell for Muppet Man again."
Well, we
Like-
also failed to use the robot that says RENO. That spells Reno.
Yes, 80s robot.
80s robot. Thank you. I couldn't think of the name. But Calvin, that is brilliant. I will incorporate that if I have your
Yeah.
permission to.
Especially
can,
if
I
we
don't
have
care.
if we have espionage, or if we have to get into some place to like steal something, that would be perfect.
Yeah. Like if there was some kind of big diamond that you had to heist or something.
Oh, a big diamond, exactly.
That is such a clever, innovative idea.
Oh, man, I love it.
Is Charles Grodin on Cameo?
That would
I
be so
That would be
awesome.
amazing. That would be amazing.
We could do something fun like that, or something other fun, like the emotional consequences of all of your friends leaving you for Kermit.
Oh.
But I mean, that is one of the movies. There is a song called Pictures in My Head that focuses on that.
Yeah.
I guess I have to brush up on some of the Muppet movies. I haven't seen that one.
That one's
Yeah.
Muppets 2012. It is the one with Jason Segel and
Yeah.
what's her name?
Oh, I saw the sequel to that one, I think.
Oh, Muppets Most Wanted.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. That was Jason Segel
I
also.
loved it.
Maybe
Maybe not.
I forget.
it's the direct sequel, and it has some carryover. And that they introduced a new Muppet in the Muppets 2012, and there he continues to be there in Muppets Most Wanted.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yes, Walter.
Oh, Walter.
So
Yes.
we also, speaking of characters we didn't use that we might have to at some point in the future, is the Muppets.
Yeah, that's what we. Yeah, the
We did.
Muppets.
We did miss Elmo along
Miss
with Mert and Ernie, I will say.
Hey, but I pulled in an Elmo reference.
Yeah.
There was one point that I thought Elmo was about to come attack us. I don't know when that was.
That would have been tough.
Next time with like.
Then you would want to use the tickle attack, Kermit.
For sure. For sure.
Oh, yes.
Cookie Monster.
If only problem is if you tickle Elmo, it actually triggers a lair action where a giant horde of shoppers comes in and tramples everybody.
Oh,
Wait, we're a giant herd of
amazing.
what?
Shoppers.
Shoppers.
1996.
There was like a toy for Tickle Me Elmo, and everybody wanted to get it for their kids for Christmas. And people would fight to go and get it off the shelves. Like grown adults would fight
Making
each other.
excellent choices.
There are recorded casualties from that.
Wait, what? Wait.
All right, guys, I'm gonna
What are
take advantage of
casualties?
the
I've got to say, I'm sorry to be losing Joe and Nicole, but I am so looking forward to having a campaign with 6 or even fewer players on any given day. It'll be, yes.
I can imagine.
We could always roll the dice and you could boot out the ones who roll low.
Well,
Do a-
between like, people's increased obligations with lower COVID and things, I'm expecting the average night will have 5, and that'll be very nice.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, thank you, everybody, again. It's
Yeah,
just
thanks again.
been a privilege. I really appreciate it.
EO,
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Theo.
It's
You guys
been
did
a
a great
blast.
job.
Ryan, yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Ryan.
Also,
Thanks,
See you all
Leo.
again soon.
Don't
All right,
curse
bye.